2, 1. It's all about 2%. Good morning, everybody. It's Pete Cohen in United States of America. Hello, I'm in the United States of America. You know, I love America because when I was a child, it was all that I wanted to pursue. I wanted to pursue all things American. Didn't you? Let's share this in a couple of different places. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. The American dream. What is that all about? Good morning, everybody. Let's share this in one other place. Good morning, Jolene. Great to see you. You are amazing. Right. Can I ask all of you, please, to share this? It's going to be very interesting to see who actually shares this, that not shows up today, because we don't normally broadcast at this time. But it is 7 o'clock in the United States of America, which is where I currently am. And one of the promises that I made when doing these broadcasts when I started was I'd show up every single day unless I was on a plane or a train. But I show up in the country that I'm in at the same time as it would be in the UK, if that makes sense. So it's 7 o'clock here in the USA. Thank you for joining me. This is the week on how to fail at everything, which is something I think all of you need to know, especially as many of you have probably failed at certain things in your life. Now, many people will watch this. I know what they'll do. They'll watch it and then they'll get distracted, or then they'll just think, oh, I've heard enough of this. I'm going to look at something else, which isn't going to enrich my life at all. All it's going to do is give me a little hit of dopamine as I see something that maybe gets my attention just for a second. Or maybe someone's liked what I've put, or maybe someone's put a comment on the post I've made, rather than really engaging yourself in something. So my goal for this week is to inspire you like never before. My goal is for me to give you the very, very best of me. Last week, we looked at the science of achievement. This week, we're looking at how to fail at everything. There's something missing. There's something missing. How to fail at everything, ... and 3 other words, which I'm not going to tell you about today. So I posted a question this morning on the Facebook group for our members, and anyone can be a member of My365. It's free. Just search for My365 Pete Cohen. There's a free group you can join. I posted that question, and I just asked, make a list of all the things in your life that you failed at. All the things, whether you wanted to lose weight and you failed to lose weight, or you lost weight but put it back on again, so you failed. You bought a book, and you said you were going to read it, and you didn't read it. You told yourself you were going to do something, you didn't do it. You started a business, you failed. How many times in your life have you failed at something? See, my goal for this week is to really help you understand what you need to do in order to stop failing. But what we need to look at is how to fail at everything. It's powerful. This is a life-changing week. And by the way, I will be broadcasting today. I will be broadcasting tomorrow. But I will not be broadcasting on Wednesday because I will be on an aeroplane coming back to the UK. So, the American dream, just a quick aside. What is the American dream? Does anyone know what it is? The American dream, some people think, is a nightmare. When I was in New York many years ago, I got on a taxi from New York to New Jersey. And I said to the taxi driver, tell me about the American dream. And he went, the American dream is a nightmare. And I went, excuse me? He went, the American dream is a nightmare because you have so many people that are working towards achieving something and they'll never get it. You know, this is a country that is in trouble. There's a lot of people here that work for minimum wage who are just living out of their depth. There's a lot of people who aspire to more but never get there. And then there are people that achieve a lot of what we think achievement is. For many people, money, big houses, cars, holidays. And a lot of those people aren't really happy. So many people fail at things because if we really think about what do we want, we all want a feeling. We want to succeed, why? We want a big house, why? We want to live in the house to have certain feelings. What are the feelings that you want most in your life? You see, the reason why most of us fail at things is because we don't learn from what we're doing. We just repeat the same patterns. It might be a different diet, but it's still the same thought processes. Processes. Does this make sense? So many of you feel, because many of us associate this word failure with loser. I failed, so I've lost. I'm a loser. This is a key component of how to fail at everything. See yourself as a loser. So every time you lose, become obsessed with what other people think, beat yourself up, tell yourself you haven't got what it takes, and even when you decide to have a go again, make sure that you have not learned, you haven't healed, you haven't learned, you're taking that failure into something else that you're going to fail at again. Listen, don't worry, you're not alone. The world is full of people like you. It's kind of what being in a capitalist society is all about, that it's all about people setting goals, failing to achieve their goals, feeling less than other people, and then often buying things that they don't need to satisfy or alleviate some of the pain of not achieving what they want. Does this make sense? We've got a lot more people watching on Instagram, maybe because it's the time of day. But you know what? Those of you that don't know, Pete Cohen is here to support you in achieving whatever you want. My goal is to be a positive influence in your life, to inspire you to greatness. And I know a lot of you have downloaded the 12-week summit challenge. Look, it's free. You know, if you want to come to the My365 Summit, then come. 23rd of September in London. It's an amazing event with great speakers, but you don't have to come to it. You've got 9 days to get an early bird ticket. But this is something you can download and decide that this is what you want to achieve. This is what my goal for the 23rd of September, whether you can come or not, make your goal specific. It's achievable. Why do you want to achieve this thing? You're just in 12 weeks. What are the obstacles that you might face along the way? And what's your plan to overcome these obstacles? And something you can use to monitor your success. This is an opportunity for you to apply some of what I'm going to be sharing with you this week. So I'm going to be here all week apart from Wednesday. So what's the outcome for this week of how to fail at everything? Well, it's to help you understand why we don't get what we want, why we go round in circles, and why we conform. Why do we conform? Conforming to what other people are doing? Because 98% of people around the world, they're failing at everything. You go into the street, how many of those people out there today, if I said, how many of you, there's something in your life that you want that you haven't got yet because you keep failing? Financial freedom, a better relationship, a job that you enjoy. I don't know what it is. You want to lose weight, you want to be healthy, you want to make better decisions, you want to, I don't know what it is. And you think, what are the 98% of people doing that the 2% who do achieve get? This is what I want you to write down today, because when we spend 5 days or 4 days, in this case, on a theme, so the theme is how to fail at everything, which you might be thinking, how do I stop failing at everything? It's up to you. The first thing you've got to ask yourself is you've got to become aware. How do I become more aware? Because awareness is the first key, right? You can't change something that you're not aware of. If you're learning to drive and you keep repeating the same mistakes, if you're not aware of the mistake that you're making, then you'll keep making the same mistake. So we have to become aware, which means taking responsibility. And I ask you, how many of you will take responsibility for all of the failures in your life? How many of you will take responsibility for learning to move through the world in a different way? So this is what I'm asking you to do. Become more aware. I've posted a question in the Facebook group. Write down today, make a long list. Or, you know, it might take you a while. I think I've failed at dieting 100 times. I've failed at, I studied something, I failed the exam, all the things that you failed at. Don't look at it as right or wrong. You're not alone. You know, it's just a process. Failure is a process. Failure is a state of mind. especially if you're using failure as a weapon to destroy your confidence to move forwards. Some people use failure as a weapon to learn and get stronger and grow. Every failure boosts them into moving forwards, whereas a lot of people, failure just puts them down into reaffirming how they think about themselves, that they're not good enough and they don't have what it takes. Does this make sense? I don't know if it does, but this is your life. And you know that you're not being who you're capable of being. How many of you know that? I know I'm not being capable of who I'm being, but I'm going to keep working on it. And maybe one day I'll get there. It's all to do with your mind. And most of us, because we're insecure, we're looking for things outside of ourselves, for people to love us, for people to say you're great, to pass things, rather than thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. What's the greatest failure of all? The greatest failure of all is failing to recognize how amazing you are. Does that make sense? That's the greatest failure. We're all insecure. We just need to work. Hey, I'm insecure. I don't feel quite right about myself. I'm worried about what people think about us. Let's go into this a little bit deeper, and then let's end this broadcast, because I'll be here tomorrow again at the same time. And then on Thursday and Friday, we're back to the normal time of 7 a.m. Is you as a person today. What is it like being you? Is not the way being you is just you based on a series of choices that you've made along in your life. You are what you think about all day long. You see, failure in life, the ultimate failure is failing to realize if you change your thoughts, you can change everything. What you think about comes about. Failure is a state of mind. When people talk about the law of attraction, I don't know if that really is true, but from all of my work, I think if it's like magnets, it's what you send out into the world, it comes back. It comes back, it comes back, it comes back, it comes back. It's time for a change, my friends. It's time for us to go above and beyond. You want to be in the 2%? Why is it that only 2% of people, maybe less? Why is it that 2% of people that watch these broadcasts have been doing it for 2 years? How many of people really have just embraced everything I've said and just gone to work on making themselves be better to achieve their goals? How many of you? I don't know, because I don't know you, but I do know you're repeating some patterns. Let's work together this week to become more aware of why we don't get what we want. Become aware. You see, remember what I said? Awareness is the key. Once you become more aware of why you're not getting what you want, it might start to become really obvious as to what you need to do to get what you want. We're also going to look at, why do I go around in circles? Circles, circles, circles. How do I go from going around and being in a circle to going in a straight line? This is where I am. This is where I want to go. It might not be a straight road, but it'll be more as opposed to just going round and round and round and round. And why do we conform to the normal? It's so easy to be normal. Who wants to create a new normal? Who wants to create a new normal? What is normal? What is normal? Is just what you do. That's what's normal to you. Let's create a new more normal. I'm fired up. Take some time today to make a list of all the things in your life that you failed at. Don't look at it as right or wrong. Just look at it. Make a list. Go to that question. Get it down. Get it down. Get it down. And let's go forwards together as a group of people working together to change the world. That's what we're doing. We're changing the world, my friends. We are changing the world. Why? Because we need to change the world. How do we change the world? Let's go first. You were put on this earth to shine. Listen, let me tell you something before we go. There are some trees out there. Do you think trees ever stop growing? Yes, they do when they die. Apart from the time they're growing. Isn't that amazing? Think what an acorn tree can do. It can go up and loads of the acorns come up and they go into the ground. A squirrel might take it somewhere else. Amazing, isn't it? Everything is meant to grow. Everything is meant to grow. Are you growing? Are you growing in the direction that you want to go? Or are you growing in the direction that you don't want to go? Growing in fear, worry, doubt, frustration, anxiety? Or are you growing in joy, success, achievement? Thank you for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. If you want to share this, share it. You never know. Someone might watch it and go, I can't believe you shared this. What's wrong with you? Or they might look at it and go, wow, thank you so much for sharing. This has changed my life. Thank you so much. It's time for us to be the very best version of ourselves. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you what you need to do to take that first step, to take your failure and let it be your fuel for greatness. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. All the best. Goodbye from New York. Well, near New York. New York, it's so great they named it twice, which I think is what we should do with most people. Name ourselves. I know there's a lot of people joining us today that wouldn't normally watch this because they don't get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. But that's okay. You are here. Love you. Bye-bye. The science of being amazing.